Hey guys, hope you're doing great. Welcome to another live. So today we are gonna go through a few of the important things that Cognizant does. Let me pull up the cam. So hey guys, we're doing great. Another live. So in this live, we will touch upon a little on what is the strategy that Cognizant using and how you can get into Cognizant or any other tech company you are preferring to. So this is like a more of generic, but I will be more focused on Cognizant based since this COVID has changed the entire tech industry a little, and it has created a lot of opportunities, and it has also created a vacancy. Like there is a vacuum created due to the sudden movement of people from physical shops, retail customers, and all these people has to go online, has to go virtual mode, and it is really difficult to scale for some retail shops and grocery shops to come in online and sell their stuff. So there is this vacuum created, and if you are, and this is the right time that you can leverage that, and that would be really awesome that if you can leverage that. I have seen a lot of people struggling to get, there are a lot of layoffs due to it's COVID, but there are both pros and cons to things happening. So if something happens, there is always someone wins, someone loses. So there is always this gap that we have to bridge, and I think most companies are doing a very great job and filling this up. But I know I have seen like a lot of people struggling with getting a uh, good or maybe good start, good head start if they're just starting out from their college. So we'll just start with that and then we'll move on. Okay, what happens if we score 70 and okay, so this is a typical question that I get 70 percentage. So basically what you will do is they will try to make you train again. Okay, that you'll undergo a training again, and then they would see that if you get the necessary criteria, once you fill it up, then I think they will move you forward. So or else it is really hard for at least for Cognizant to drop you after internship. So I think that is pretty much that I would say that just keep it above 70 or 80. It is pretty easy. If you're new to coding, it might be a little tough, but if you're just if you're from say as an IT background, then it would be like a piece of cake. You can just you're good with 80 and 90, you can score easily. So I think that would be it for that question. Hope that answers it as well. So another quick thing that I want to share is some people tend to overthink it a little. So due to this COVID, I have seen a lot of layoffs, but the layoffs happen only with the companies which operate physically. Okay, let's consider uh, you know airplane manufacturer or a restaurant ownership, a retail company. So these are the ones that are hard hit. Okay, so these are the very difficult ones to go with. But others, the rest of the market is pretty good, and I have seen myself like there are a lot of openings, and there are like a lot of people getting in every day. So I have seen in the LinkedIn feed that people are getting in every day, and they are posting that I am into this, I am into that. So I assure you that there are like a lot of vacancies, and the only thing is that we don't have the required skill set to fulfill those requirements. So that is the only thing, the gap that I see personally when we compare people with the number of jobs. So there are like a lot of jobs, but people are not skilled enough to pick up the job and start going. So that is the one of the skill gap that I see. But this time people are aware of it, and there are like free content available on various channels, blogs, YouTube videos. You have like a lot of free courses available out there, so which you can pick it up and start building on. So the vacancy would be, the gap that has been created in couple of years might be shrinking a little, since the machine learning and the AI thing, it is being taught in college, so it is no more like a senior developer or a mid to senior career people who can pursue that. It is like everyone's game, and everyone has some hold of it. So even if you deploy something and they claim themselves as a machine learning developer, so those things happen. And soon this gap will become smaller, and people will start upskilling themselves. And people are in their mid careers, they might reskill themselves with the latest technologies, and you might lose the opportunity. So so I request, like, if you're looking for something, and you are just looking out for something, and you need something to cherish, and I think this is the right time that you can do, which you can leverage this time, so you don't get a golden opportunity like this anytime soon. Like, I know pandemic is something that I know hurts a lot of people though, but digitally, when it comes to hiring and jobs, digital market, it is pretty good, I would say. So those are the things that you might consider. And Cognizant has a lot of vacancies, and they are planning to hire more people from India, and freshers, there are like a ton of openings. So make sure that you prepare yourself for the 2020 internship program, and there are like various roles that they have split. I think there are like 3 or 4 maybe, and they have last time what we faced is people are not getting the right job. So let's take, in my case, I know Python, and they deployed me into a .NET project. So uh, in which case you have a technology that you're good at, and you learn something during your internship, so those two clash, right? So that is not good for any of the parties. So it is not good for me, it is not good for the company, since I won't be able to give my 100%, at least. No, I won't be able to give the maximum output from myself to the .NET project. So that is a gap that I see. But I think rest, when you have that gap, then they're trying to fulfill that with role specific hiring. So when I say role specific, it is like Java developer, .NET developer, or Python developer. So that is the role specific, since people already know the stuff, and they can be directly deployed. Some are really good at coding, some may not be. So there is always the gap between students uh, when they hire. But the pretty obvious fact is that there is a role specific skill set that has been built up, so you can definitely leverage that and start pushing it through. So it is really helpful when you start earlier, or if you don't even start earlier, then it is also good that you can at least start right now. You have like maybe 6 to 6 months, or I guess it has already started. So if it has already started, then even you're not out of the league, others are still learning, so you can take a step forward if you already have knowledge on stuff. Or else you can just leverage whatever you will be trained on during your internship. That really helps you a lot when it comes to future. So like 2 years into Cognizant, or 1 year into Cognizant, you will see a transformation, like from where you were 1 year back, in terms of your knowledge on a particular tech stack. You will be like at least some 10 percentage, or 20 to 30 percentage improvised, and you like better code. So that is the factor that most people look for. You have a strategy, you follow the strategy, and you get the thing and get the things rolling. So I think that is all that I have to share with you guys. I know this very short live, and we do a lot of lives which runs for hours, but I just want to keep it very short so that you guys can get something out of it. So if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll take it up. I'll just wait for 2 more minutes, maybe. We'll wrap it up very quick. We don't have any more questions. Okay, what are the most important skills to have to get placed in a good company? Okay, good company in the sense, every company is good in one way or another. Okay, So when you take Cognizant, I know in my point of view, it is a good company since they work on all the tech stack. They work from hardware to software. When you take most companies, like software based, it says smart chat or WhatsApp or Facebook, they do also have hardware people, but they don't, most of the jobs or their main business line is their software, their platform. So platform is their main focus, but you don't have the hardware and other skills, and switching is very difficult. So once you get into a role, and it is really difficult to switch to something else since you'll be getting paid well, and obviously if you go there, uh, you'll have a lot of perks that you don't want to kind of move out of it. But in Cognizant, like, you have a challenge up against all the time, so you have something you can challenge yourself with all the time since they work on all the with all the Fortune 500 companies, top Fortune 500 companies. So you will be always having a challenge, and you can always switch internally between your verticals. It is really easy to kind of get your hands dirty on various technologies in a very short time. Once you go up to a bigger organization, it is really difficult to get hands-on real-time experience on things, but it is always good to have those. So the skill set would be uh, basically good coding, and you should also have some data structures and algorithms. If you're applying for FANG or any other tech companies, it is must, they say. So you must have good data structure algorithm skills. You should know how to solve the problems. You have the linked list, trees, graphs, and various types of trees, graphs out there. So you might be able to solve those if you have good programming skills. And also there is something called a system design if you want to move it into FANG again, or any other maybe what you call a good company term. You can definitely learn your system design skills. I think those are the things that would really help you out in terms of getting to uh, good companies, maybe. So hope that helps. Let's wait for 2 more minutes, and then we might close this. So if you have any questions, feel free to add that in the chat. We'll take it up, or else we are good to go. I don't see any questions. Okay, fine. Okay, this is the final call. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. Just waiting for 1 more minute, and then we'll closing it. I guess there are no more questions. Hey guys, see you on the next one. Have a great weekend and stay safe.